So just to introduce myself, my name is Jackson Rowe and I'm the North American market lead here for Mastt. So for those not aware of Mastt, just really quickly, we're essentially just a SaaS product that's built for the construction industry, and we've actually got a really heavy sort of AI-driven focus. But yeah, we have customers sort of all around the world, aiming from project owners such as yourselves, owners, reps, program managers, etc. And basically, we're just looking forward to assisting those people deliver the future of construction and infrastructure in the industry. So firstly, I'm a big sort of AI enthusiast myself, use it a lot in all my day-to-days. And I'm based out of Austin, Texas, been here for a few years, and actually an ex-projects manager myself. So I've hailed all the way from Australia, been here for a few years, and very excited to be here and talking to you all again today. So just a bit of housekeeping just before we get started. So if anyone wants to ask a question, please feel free to post in the chat and I'll get to answering these at the end. And then I'll also be sure to circulate to all attendees the webinar in a recording link straight after this. So let's jump into it. So for those of you that are joining this webinar and I suppose sort of interested to see what we're doing, might be a little bit skeptical of sort of this AI superpower claim that I've sort of introduced. But I think that whilst it can be considered, I suppose, a little ambitious or something that we should strive to, I think we can sort of all tend to agree that in this industry of ours, things definitely aren't as efficient as they could be. So I suppose there's many challenges that we face as project owners. So whether it's sort of resourcing, productivity, change management towards digitization of adoption in the industry. And there's also obviously plenty of going on just from the actual day-to-day of the delivery of the Bond and CIP programs that are across, school districts, public agencies, utilities, and even those private owners as well. So I definitely see a huge opportunity for AI to significantly impact this industry. And we'll work through some of these real examples today of how the project owners are actually currently doing it. So we like to think of it as a bit of a hybrid AI human project owner sort of model. So we're seeing these programs of work sort of delivered faster, sharper, and with more sort of insights just generated from the future for future programs as well. So we're seeing sort of our customers currently using a combination of not only our AI products that we've got built within Mastt, but also basic AI tools that are making sort of seriously big impacts. So whether it's those alternate chat models or image generation, we'll get into that as well. So today, just a few things that I'm really going to focus on. I'm going to run through where I believe sort of owners are actually restrained and where they can actually unlock that potential superpower. So what a bit of the problem is. We're also going to be doing 3 live demos, which is it's all very exciting. These have been live within the app for a few weeks now. So you'll also see that in real time and real action. And we'll also take a bit of a sneak peek into the future of some of these products that Mastt is working on just with our current customers. So just to kick things off, I think we can sort of all agree, and even just like casting my mind back to my old job, there's far too much work that's done within spreadsheets and documents. Sort of, this leads to considerable inefficiencies, just massive wastes of time from a compliance, admin, and reporting perspective. And most importantly, is taking away, that precious time from what your main focus should be as project owners, which is delivering for your communities and I suppose just making the world a better place. As corny as cringe that sounds, but as CIP project owners and Bond program project owners, I think that's what we're trying to do. So also from this perspective, compounding this issue, and something that I actually hear a lot when I speak to project teams is just the idea of being understaffed from a personnel and capability perspective. So we know this obviously leads to resourcing constraints, but things often just actually get done to a lower standard or can actually be overlooked sort of in its entirety. So often this leads to needing to actually go to external consultant support, which, can come back as actually a significant cost. So I want to look at, in terms of the hidden costs, sort of the real cost, as well as the bigger, probably opportunity cost. So when I think about sort of these roles or jobs, because they're going to sort of evolve and move away from the admin side of things, because if they're actually undertaking it, you're sort of in there wrangling data, but look, there's also heavy duplications of effort. And to put it bluntly, like these sort of admin, reporting, formatting, compiling everything in these spreadsheets, again, that sort of I used to do, just I suppose absolutely suck. So this is essentially, in the way we look at it, the work that can be handled by AI. And so the real benefit can actually be viewed in not just time savings, which we've put like a nominal figure based on research of 48 hours a month, which we'll quantify that in a little bit. But what we're going to do with that is basically look at the opportunity cost and see what we can do if we actually relieve ourselves of this burden. So project owners, they need to give the boards and community basically clear and timely, fully transparent updates. So when far too much time is spent in these spreadsheets, sort of the updates are rushed, incomplete, or reactive. So this sort of, weakens transparency, erodes trust. And to put it simply, it's a bit of a team game. And if there's more effort sort of placed into these relationships and transparency, it ultimately leads to the greater success in the program delivery. So also, without time to step back and actually review things holistically, risks are often spotted far too late. So for owners, this means, budget overruns, you can miss sort of grant and funding windows and opportunities, or actually have delays in the critical infrastructure projects. So we can't have, we can't have the kids sort of missing first day back at school. So it's just about removing less of that firefighting responsibilities and just being more proactive. And we sort of touched on this a little bit before, but often something that I see is just a gap in in-house expertise and resourcing limitations. So you're forced to sort of go externally. So I'm not discounting for the moment that over-reliance on consultants or using consultants is bad at all. But I think that if you can, boost these internal capabilities, you can keep costs down, you can increase response times, and overall, you just sort of have greater control over decisions and outcomes. So sort of at Mastt, we're all just very motivated just to save a big chunk of time with all this. So I'm now just going to look at sort of where AI makes the biggest impact for owners. And when we really think about it from my perspective, I'm seeing as it really comes down to the four main categories on the left. So admin compliance, prep and reporting, knowledge and access, strategic decisions. We also see sort of AI changing the game a little bit in the fieldwork and construction side of things. However, this will likely take a backseat for now, and I think it'll be more important in the future when we start seeing automation and robotics sort of come through. But for now, I think the real opportunity is in the actual owner's office themselves. So admin compliance, this is really low-hanging fruit. You can use AI to sort of instantly review contracts, check the pay-ups, process sort of lien waivers and flag risks automatically. And for owners, this leads to fewer mistakes, fewer miscompliance steps, and sort of far less time tied up to manual reviews. And we'll look at a demo shortly that outlines this. From the prep and reporting, this is one of the biggest headaches. You're pulling together reports, cash flow, budget visibility, board updates. But that's not really your job. Your job should be focused on actually delivering. So AI can automate these sort of, from a data entry perspective, pre-filling forms, running scenario analysis as well in minutes, sort of leaving that old world of spreadsheets sort of behind. And you're able to sort of get instant visibility of your program as well. In terms of sort of knowledge and access, owners are constantly asked questions by boards, the committees and stakeholders. So traditionally, this meant chasing up consultants, digging through PDFs. But with AI, you can actually sort of question some of these documents directly and actually get an instant answer from your own project documents sort of in a safe and secure environment. So it's just about sort of giving owners all the direct access to knowledge that you've sort of never sort of had or seen before. And then, yeah, when the admin reporting and knowledge work is all streamlined, this sort of leads to greater strategic decisions and owners actually having bandwidth to undertake these types of things. So AI supports the risk forecasts, delivery confidence, and just provides that clear direction of where the projects are headed. So all in all, looking to strengthen that in-house capability. So the owners are actually the ones with the foresight and leading the charge and demonstrating leadership rather than just sort of being reacting to the fact a little bit. So I'm sure with by clicking on an AI webinar, you're aware of sort of how it's sort of all going in the industry. Everyone sort of knows a little bit about AI, and I suppose it's probably worth pausing to recognize just how mainstream it's become. So it's not just a bubble, it's everywhere. I mean, some of the biggest companies in the world are sort of betting hundreds of billions of dollars on it, and it's being used every single day to actually sort of drive real value. So yeah, we're seeing companies like OpenAI and Microsoft investing heavily to, even governments and infrastructure leaders using all sorts of various tools that I hear on a daily basis on my calls with these customers. So for us in capital programs, I think the use of AI sort of isn't that out there. It has the potential to increase productivity sort of just across the board. So and I challenge you to sort of imagine if you could even just save sort of cost delivery by 10%, how many sort of more schools or facilities or infrastructure projects could actually be funded and delivered in the future? So all of a sudden, projects that might previously not have been viable actually become really possible. So just like bottom line message here, we sort of don't want to get left behind. Owners that are starting to experiment and embrace AI now are going to be the ones that are seeing these massive efficiency gains that actually compound over time. And those gains will hopefully see a free up of resources, speeding up actual delivery, and ultimately serving the communities better. So just, a little bit of a touch point further on that AI side. So just a couple of use cases, just sort of generally speaking, that you may have actually seen in the industry. So first one is actually asking questions. So most people are actually familiar with AI through asking, simple questions, helping me write a checklist or summarizing this document. This is typically the entry point that most of us have sort of seen. You've also probably seen a few viral examples. This is one of like actual image generation. So you can simply put in a prompt using native language, and it actually instantly creates sort of realistic images. So designers, creatives, we use it or looking to use it sort of in our dashboarding capabilities. But everything looking to produce visualizations or mock-ups can be done that way. We're also sort of seeing AI now capable of creating and generating these short video clips just from these text prompts again. So what used to take these studios sort of weeks and could actually cost sort of tens of thousands of dollars to do can actually now be done in minutes. So it's sort of early in this development, but it's obviously really exciting for storytelling, training, engagement, even, who knows, maybe even providing your oversight committee video updates in your next board meeting. And one of the most powerful use cases, which I definitely think is the delegate work and the use of sort of AI agents. So these are systems that obviously just don't sort of answer queries, just like that chat modal that we spoke about just before, but they actually do the work for you sort of on your behalf. So just think like reviewing a document, drafting an email, flagging compliance risks, and then just reporting back to you automatically. So this is just the real transformation for project owners that's actually, it's actually coming, and we'll be able to hopefully see that very soon, that work actually being done on our behalf for us automatically. So before I presented a rough estimate of of a cost saving of about 48 hours a week based on, 48 hours a month, sorry, not a week, based on sort of our research that we've already done. So we basically, took a survey of all across the industry and sort of and think that approximately 30% of the workload can actually be taken off project owners and teams. So this isn't really theoretical, sort of use real survey data from capital program delivery. And so today we kind of think that there's far too much time undertaken sort of with and wasted sort of on data wrangling. So the 20 hours on that data entry and upload. So we definitely think that through automating these sort of processes, so whether it's drag and drop, autofill forms, eliminating duplicate data entry across programs and systems, this will sort of, boost and give you that real-time value. The next thing that we see a massive time saving in is time and cost is from compliance checking. So contracts, pay applications, your lien waivers. Assessment of these on a monthly basis are typically pretty slow and error prone when you actually sort of handle it all manually. So we've seen that AI can now actually flag risk for these escalate. You can actually generate defensible checklists, which will be one of the demos, and actually just ensure that overall, all the approvals are actually sort of complete and accurate. So as an owner, this will strengthen your positioning, it'll protect your funding, it'll reduce disputes, and hopefully actually save money on using external consultants as well, if that's the typical model that you go down. And last but not least, sort of this notion of knowledge automation. So staff, rather than asking your colleagues or needing to be in an office sort of side by side, sort of digging through PDFs, AI is actually able to provide sort of instant answers from a contracts and project documents perspective. So this can help with things like surfacing lessons learned, risk oversight, and again just insights into exactly what's needed for future projects that you're going to be used. So the bottom line sort of for all this and across these three areas, we think these 48 hours is going to be giving back project owners such as yourselves sort of back time, confidence, just control over your program. So these actual developments can get delivered a hell of a lot quicker and move faster, and hopefully you don't actually have to increase headcount to manage those resourcing problems that I spoke about before. So now we're going to sort of move into a bit of a demo of some of the products that we've actually got live within Mastt now. So demo one, we're just going to be taking a simple contract. We're going to be uploading it into the system instantly, and we'll see sort of AI filling it out. So for project owners worrying about removing human error, faster reporting, and just freeing up those hours. Demo two will move into pay apps. So one of the most time-consuming tasks is doing this on a monthly basis. So we've been able to harness and leverage AI to check things like missing lien waivers, flagging risks if there's backup documentation missing, and just ensuring that all compliance steps are actually met as per the contract. So for owners, protecting funding, avoiding disputes, and hopefully meaning nothing actually slips through the cracks. And then last but not least, our demo three is once we've actually got that data in, we're now going to be being able to basically just write prompts to actually question and talk to the contract specifically. So giving the instant answers and explanations on these documentation, again, looking to strengthen that internal capability, and basically just not needing to wait on going out to external consultants to make sure that these can be delivered. So without further ado, I'm just going to jump into demo one for us quickly. So just for those that haven't seen Mastt before or sort of know what Mastt is, we're actually a modern sort of lightweight alternative to that traditional PMIS platform. So we're designed specifically for project owners and teams, and sort of whether you're running capital programs, individual projects or portfolios, this is sort of what we look to do. So just in this demo account, I've got a few projects set up. And then if I just go to my program, I can see that I have an example bond program, which if I click on that, this is now going to actually roll up automatically in sort of real time all our project data and just provide that single portfolio viewpoint. So basically just within Mastt, from here, you'll see the essentials. It's our executive dashboarding, cost management at project and program levels, so schedule tracking and risk management as well. So these are our sort of Mastt sort of foundational tools that are built to give owners that clear oversight and confidence without that heavy lift of legacy systems. So for demo one and the data prefill, I'm just going to go back and I'm going to hop into my sample project, project A. So once this loads, I will see my project dashboard, but I'm going to jump specifically into the cost module at the project level. And what I want to do is actually just add directly a contract through a drag and drop. So I'm just going to bring up a file explorer page. And what I'm going to do here is just drag and drop just a demo sample contractor agreement. It's actually, I might even just bring it up and share it on my screen so we can have a look at it just while the AI is sort of working its magic. So once this loads, this is just a standard document. Like, it's pretty simple. It's just got some key details, got some contractual articles. It's going to actually showcase a schedule of values, and we'll also have, different clauses and things like that. So I'm just going to minimize that for a second and remove this. And what we can see when we do the actual drag and drop, within seconds, Mastt will actually instantly identify what the particular contract type is, and it will start populating information just in accordance with that contract that we uploaded. So I'm just going to minimize our AI completion report. I can see everything that got automatically populated with the purple, sort of all hands off, that happened automatically. And I'm just going to explore further, and it will showcase sort of roles. It'll outline all the key sort of contacts. And basically this sort of form of data entry when it comes to populating this contract information, this can sort of happen and take sort of hours on a monthly basis. So we've now completely removed that. It's done in a minute. It's time back to yourselves sort of at project owners, sort of, reducing sort of frustrations and things like that often happen that we see when undertaking these data entry exercises. So that was just a quick demo of example of our demo one of the prefill. And the next I want to build on that is showing off the payout review component. So I'm still within my contract form, and this time I want to show off our new functionality that we've done here, which we call AI compliance. So we uploaded the contract. We've now, in this part of this feature, we've used AI to review the contract and actually extract all the key contractual requirements from those various articles and create an automated checklist that when we look at the payment review, will actually automatically be assessed. So just sort of pausing here quickly, it is identified 10 contractual requirements that are going to be needed to be produced when you're actually undertaking sort of your payout review. So typically owners are expected to produce these sort of payments quickly, but these assessments do take time. So moving on from that, I'm just going to click add. And what this will do, the contract has been added globally to our cost plan. And then the next component of this is actually going into the payments register and adding in a payment PDF of a sample payout. So again, I'm just going to do a simple drag and drop of just my example file. And again, so what this is going to be doing, just like the data upload we saw at a contract, it's my hands off the mouse. It is going to populate all these fields sort of automatically on our behalf. It's going to have everything denoted by that purple sort of AI that we've rolled out sort of across the app. And yeah, this time, what we're going to see, this takes a little bit longer because what it's actually doing, it is scanning and reviewing all those articles and supporting documentation contained within the pay app, and it's going to be providing that that assessment. So we've initially, I can see my progress report happening on the right hand side. Generally takes about a minute to do. However, can see my initial information populated. It is taken into account. If I just minimize this report, it has taken and extracted the invoice amounts automatically. And if I click the AI review, I will see my checklist here. So once we're still at 81% complete, but once this happens, we will start seeing all the automated analysis that comes through here. So this is something that we've heard normally takes obviously hours, and days even. So being able to reduce this process down to a matter of minutes sort of, not only makes things sort of faster in terms of actually having people paid and getting people paid, but also there's just the risk of reducing the risk of any exposures from a contractual perspective that you may be exposed to. So just looking down through this list, it is identified and accepted just a few of these items. There's one that's been rejected. So it means that the data contained within my certificate, what does it say? So the monthly pay app submission should be submitted by the 5th. The pay app is dated the 2nd. However, it covers work from the 31st, indicating the 2nd of the month rather than the required 5th. So it is then gone on to say that the contractor certification is date the 11th. So that has exceeded that month. So it's provided that analysis. So this is that gut check that you can do internally and basically just give you sort of greater confidence moving forward. So I suppose just from like a timing perspective as well, I actually had a project owner recently saying that they were looking to hire a new assistant PM just to keep up sort of with pay app submissions. And now that with a tool like this, they can actually do this themselves sort of just in a matter of minutes. So just gives you time back to focus on the actual delivery, coordinating and being transparent with stakeholders on the board, and just offering that leadership as project owners that you should be doing. So last thing, just going to scroll down through here and I'm just going to click add. And this will automatically get locked into our cost module as a payment. So it is as simple as that. So the last demo that I want to show you, and I suppose we started with demo 1, looking at how AI eliminates repetitive data entry. Demo 2 was pretty targeted for the actual payout review. But something that we heard naturally and a bit of a progression is that people actually want to be able to talk to their contract documents and actually be able to use it to generate actual actionable insights and do work sort of, not on your behalf at the moment, but just assist. So it's questions like obviously reviewing change orders, digging deeper into compliance. And this led us to actually producing our next product and our demo 3, which we call Mastt AI. So just sort of following this journey, data entry, compliance check into this sort of capability. And this is live within the system, sort of hot off the press. So you'll be able to sign up and actually use this yourself. So what we're looking at now, and this is sort of all very familiar with other sort of AI tools, but what we actually do here, and again, I'm just going to bring up my example and I'm going to drag and drop my contractor agreement in here. So we've got a chat modal using natural language, and then we can actually drag and drop sources into a secure environment. we can see that everything and the source is sort of locked in on the right-hand side. And what we can actually do now is actually just start asking it questions. We get instant answers. And I'm going to take you through like a little bit of a workflow on what things, can sort of actually be done, just so you can, get a bit of a feel and understanding for it. So firstly, I'm going to ask it just to summarize some key risks, show some cost completion dates for this contract. So the use case for this type of prompt is just sort of all about rapid onboarding. So as a project owner, you don't really always have time to read through all these lengthy sort of legal agreements, understand these technical schedules, and I suppose just feel confident answering questions that you might be fielded. So AIs, you're able to leverage this, use it to summarize. You get an instant briefing on areas that really matter. So cost, timeline, risk. And also you may be stepping into a project halfway through. You need to get things up to speed. And you might not have that person sort of within arm's reach. So this is a bit of a high level understanding to assist and generate a response so you get an instant answer on this one. I'm just going to ask it just to produce a checklist for sort of approving a payout. So I know we spoke about this just before in demo 2, but often maybe you need to send a checklist to a consultant just to make sure that they're reviewing everything that needs to be undertaken. So this will enable you to sort of ensure quality and governance just across your project. And again, it's something that if you aren't fully aware or understand the contractual requirements under a specific contract, is able to spit this out for you right now. So this we're seeing now is our checklist. So one really cool thing that we've just got live recently is we can also actually download and extract in a Word doc and also Excel. So if I just was to click download as Word, and I'm just going to bring this up on my screen now. So look, this is sort of all in beta. We're quickly working on the formatting. Might not be the nicest thing to look at now, but you can sort of get where we're sort of progressing and actually progressing quite quickly with sort of what we're trying to do. My next prompt I'm going to ask is, let's just sort of explain to the liquidated damages clauses and how that can actually impact you as the owner. So this prompt's sort of now turning that legal jargon into sort of business clarity sort of for you. So whether you want clarity on insurances or these specific legal terms, this type of response can be pretty valuable, especially when you're caught out, you're on the phone to someone and they've asked a direct question. You might need a very quick answer, and this is a tool that you can actually leverage to do so. So again, I'm just sort of scrolling through. I'm continuing this sort of conversation sort of flow, and now I'm going to ask it a prompt that is probably sort of more about foresight and being proactive. And I'm going to ask it just to summarize contractors' rights to claim delays or extra costs. So again, protection, not something that we really want to obviously encourage, but something that happens within the industry. You don't really want to get caught off guard. So this is something that I suppose as a project owner to sort of use. You're giving yourself an understanding of sort of, early risks that you may be exposed to. You can set expectations with boards for approvals and just how you're going to be handling these disputes. And I suppose it is also just about, providing just a bit of a shift in dynamic of how owners actually manage risk. So, this is some text that is being populated again. And then sort of last but not least, I want to show like a little bit of a scenario analysis component. So let's just say, what happens if a delay payment by 2 weeks? And I want to see these scenarios presented in a table. So this is now a bit of a very strong use case for the AI tool providing sort of decision support. So as an owner, I'm sure you're constantly undertaking these scenario analysis and just like a bit of a assessment of just different options, asking questions like what if. And this is some functionality to actually get that ball rolling as a little bit. So just as it's taking its last little bit to load, it's once you get these answers, you can quickly turn these into letters, emails, send them to the board to just give them confidence that you're completely across what you're doing just within your bond program, as well as any CIP delivery programs as well. So summary table, it's provided some key findings, it's analyzed some potential consequences for us. And again, we're now getting questions that we can follow through with sort of next steps. So I'm just going to go back to the presentation now. So that sort of concludes the live sort of AI demo component. And I just want to touch on just a few more use cases that we're seeing, how these tools can be leveraged for project owners. So first up, uploading PDFs. So we're going to be exploring not just contract docs, but schedules, proposals, risk registers, program documents, and being able to surface anything from errors or unrealistic expectations, and just showing these risks. So reviewing preliminary schedules or consultant deliverables with just far more confidence. And then the next one, scenario analysis. So owners are constantly asking that sort of what if, like what if funding shifts? What if a schedule slips? So we're going to be able to hopefully leverage AI to run these scenarios within minutes, create those multiple options sort of side by side, and give that stress test sort of program assumptions. So again, providing boards and executives just that like clearer level of understanding, transparency, and just being able to answer those tough questions that you may be presented with. And last but not least, something that we see big value in, it's just this onboarding and knowledge access. So one of the big challenges in the public agencies is mentioned earlier, sort of resourcing limitations, might be internal capabilities. Staff turnover is common in the industry, as well as just obviously onboarding new hires as a result. So with AI, we see these sort of new team members being able to chat with the project, surface lessons learned, and access past project data sort of instantly. So what this means, sort of less reliance on tribal knowledge, or even just sort of faster ramp up for new staff. And the next thing I sort of want to share is one very cool use case that we're working with as well. So we're looking to next actually roll into talking to project data. And I just want to share a quote from one of our school district customers now. So just from an AI and bond planning, just being able to review that historic data, comparing it across project types. So whether it's small renovations, large high school redevelopments. But just being able to provide those really tight numbers and forecasts from a budgeting perspective is something that we can see. It's just been really powerful. So now, like looking into my crystal ball sort of a little bit, sort of talking like next steps and sort of what we're sort of seeing. And I like to think of this as like a rise of like the AI powered owners. So to put it bluntly, the shift's already happening. We're seeing sort of a clear divide across project owners of people that are actually using these tools to reduce the manual processes. So it's already starting. We've got a bit of an old world. So owners are reactive. You're chasing spreadsheets. You're dealing with these sort of slow, misinformed decisions, all very manual. Heaps of bottlenecks from a reporting approvals perspective. And just sort of being reliant on those outside consultants. So this is a bit of a challenge, which we are now seeing progressing to that new AI world. So this sort of AI world advantage, you're leveraging and utilizing AI. Owners are moving into this new world. You're being proactive. You're confident in your oversights. You're making faster and more data-driven decisions. And you've actually, got that stronger in-house capabilities. So why this sort of matters? This just sort of isn't about efficiency and the actual sort of tangible costs. I'm looking at this from sort of like a leadership perspective. So owners that are leveraging AI, you're not only just delivering better results, but yeah, you're elevating your role, you're building that in-house expertise, and you're actually positioning yourself as a bit of a leader in the community, just driving these sort of outcomes moving forward, just beyond infrastructure. So there's a little bit of a shift in sort of roles that we're seeing. So we're not really seeing role replacement, but just sort of role transformation, just being that faster, sharper, sort of more impactful. Sort of think of it as like being a little bit of a conductor. And yeah, your expertise is still going to be critical, but now you're actually just going to be orchestrating and really leveraging AI to deliver these results and outcomes that you require. So the first step in sort of being becoming more impactful that we're seeing is just delegating to AI. So yeah, AI can monitor your inbox, prepare draft emails, flag those risks, prepare reports, even just before they ever reach your desk with this sort of automated use of technology. So this is sort of veering away from the job not being admin anymore, but now checking and guiding and sort of steering in that direction. The next is actually leveraging AI to decide. So as owners, like I mentioned before, it's that automated scenario analysis, surfing those insights instantaneously, and even being able to just answer those questions that you get fielded sort of on the spot. So in practice, what I'm seeing here and how I visualize this is you walk into your board or stakeholder meetings and you have your data and answers sort of right there, right on the spot, sort of impressing everyone and just getting on with it. And the last is, sort of leading with confidence. So I've been hinting at this sort of all the time. We need sort of these pioneers in the industry. And what we're seeing now, this is sort of freeing up the things that sort of matter as owners and leaders. So it's developing the relationships, focusing on delivery, being able to, spend time with these stakeholders and understand their needs and make sure that the end outcome is a lot more sort of, in line with needs. And just removing the need for need to go external, so you can actually focus on these delivery of schools, hospitals, just sort of, and that infrastructure in the community. Coming towards sort of the end of time, so I'm just going to duck through this next part. But what's coming up next for Mastt? We're actually going to leverage this contract review to be just far more beyond payments. We're going to be expanding this just to general sort of contract intelligence. So we're going to be looking at change orders, drafting the various letters and memos that are required, and just ultimately providing you full comprehensive contract protection. This will also hopefully be connected to project data, so we're able to leverage those historical things sort of moving forwards as well. And that really exciting concept of the AI agents. So another major shift that we're going to be punching out is moving to that software, layer sort of into your inbox and actually being able to have actions done on your behalf. So I suppose imagine having like a bit of a contract or a payout just forwarded to an email address and everything happens automatically for us. So it's faster, it's simpler, and sort of just knowledge at your fingertips, which we're looking to sort of head. So sort of overall, this is the direction that owners are heading. This is the direction that we're heading. We want to reduce friction. We want to save time. And we want to basically make you do less admin. So just sort of wrapping things up now. Everything that you've seen today is sort of live within Mastt. And you can actually now try it for free for a couple of weeks. So you can go online, hit the start for free, sign up, and you'll instantly be able to experience everything that was shown in the session. So I think it's obviously an incredibly exciting time for the industry. Owners who adopt these tools the quickest and will be able to lead with confidence faster and deliver projects to a higher benchmark. So we'd encourage you sort of all to jump in, explore Mastt, and see how I can transform your work. So thanks again very much for taking the time to catch up today. And we're pumped to see what's on the horizon and keep you all informed sort of what's happening next. So that concludes the webinar, and thank you very much.